Hello, boys. Here we are.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is the earliest I've recorded in a long time. So Hammy and I recorded with Carpenter, Cordelia Chase from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Joe could not make it because Joe
I
has
couldn't.
a 9 to 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, against my will, I have a job, a full-time day job.
Boo.
It's one of the crosses I bear in life, unfortunately.
Hammy and I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, this is your curse for being so handsome. Sorry.
But we also wanted to include Joe. I didn't want to not have Joe for this episode. So we're going to mash up the episode. Well, Ashley is going to mash up the episodes together. So everyone give her flowers.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Because this is going to be difficult. But those are the four
I did
people.
wear the same stinky shirt that I wore for the other one for continuity's sake.
Hammy,
Although
Joe and I have been
I'm
wearing
ruining that now.
We've been wearing these shirts for every episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you guys
and
are extra
Ian-
stinky.
Ian requested that I also work out in it and then mail it to him once the podcast is over. So I'm not
Right,
sure.
That's classic.
It's getting
Ian.
bad. It's starting to get bad.
as I do. Yeah, I think after our first recording, I sent you a picture of my shirt because it was just like drenched.
Yes.
This is why people
yeah.
need to watch the YouTube. You can see the green stink lines coming off of both of them.
That's right. That's
I
right.
have washed my shirt, thank you.
I have not.
First time for everything.
I wasn't going to throw you under the bus, but yes, Joe has not.
No, I mean,
Hell
you told
yeah,
me.
He really is going to sell that. He really is going to
told
sell
me
that.
to. You said the stinkier the better. I'm also wearing the same underwear.
Oh, good.
for the last 5 weeks, it's been.
Sorry, I'm good at following directions. What are we doing?
For
boy.
$5 more, you can upsize your packaging into shirt and underwear.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, Joe, you're going away, so you're gonna have a fun vacation, and you deserve it.
I am going on vacation. I'm going to sun my cheeks. My ass is going to be real tan. I'm going to be real drunk. And who knows where I'll end up. Let's see if I survive.
I saw a TikTok video that says you should make sure that you also tan your taint.
Yes.
That's a
course.
really great place to get sunlight. It's good for your energies.
Yes. I always make sure my ABC is nice and tanned.
Which
Good.
there was a celebrity that did that and burnt himself, and he posted about it. I forget who it was.
I'm unaware of that
I
celebrity.
think during lockdown, that was a thing people were saying, that you should sun your taint. And
If I burn my taint, I'll let you guys know, and I we'll post a picture on the Patreon.
I just, I also feel like
$5 tier.
Yeah.
We should probably record episode 6 now too, just in case Joe doesn't make it back from the
We'll see.
premium sun tanning taint explosion of sun
Oh
poisoning.
my god. My taint is going to be peeling for weeks.
oh God. Anyway, let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome to Slayerfest 98. I'm Joe Organa.
And I'm Ian Carlos Crawford. Joining us today is my podcast husband, cosplay thirst trapper.
It's Michael Hamm back again.
And she is the queen. Played Cordelia Chase, host of the Bitches Back podcast.
Charisma Carpenter.
Hello, Charisma.
She and I, unfortunately, do not get along. We do not see eye to eye. So she was unwilling to record with me specifically. So Ian and Michael took over. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
She said she doesn't like...
We have a
guys.
long-standing feud due to some things that happened on set between us.
Charisma, tell us how you got into Heated Rivalry. Because we're here to talk episode 5, the episode of the show.
I got into it. I started because the buzz was just online. It was just like Heated Rivalry, but it was really, really big in the gay community, and I follow a lot of gay people. And so I just thought that maybe it was not inclusive. Maybe it was something that maybe I wouldn't really relate to or be affected by. Wow, was I wrong? But I started it, but I didn't feel it. Like I watched one episode and I was like, eh. And then I was podcasting, and Gregory is one of my co-producers on the Bitches Back podcast. And so we were in studio, all of us, 2 straight guys, him and I, and it came up, the show came up, and Gregory's like, oh, you've got to try again. You've just got to try again. And just get to episode 4. And I was like, okay. And it didn't take me that long to get to 4 to get into it, because as a creator and a creative, I realized this is not about hockey.
Right.
This is about love. This is universal. This is storytelling at its finest. And it's so universal. Yes, it revolves around a gay relationship, which in of itself is so specific to this community only. But anybody that has had or experienced forbidden love or done the path that the family wanted or the way things are supposed to be for whatever reason, this is for you too. Like it's just across the board universal. And I have to say it's character driven. It is really well developed characters. Even Svetlana, who's not in all shows produced, like her, like you understand, like you at first think she's just a party girl or whatever. You really realize her dedication and love for Ilya. And, you know, Hollander's in episode 5, which we're going to discuss, his girlfriend that basically says, I just don't think I do it for you in that way, turns out to be a very loyal, beautiful, supporting friend to him. And kudos to him for having the courage to not flip out and have a tantrum and have some alpha male response that is like, how dare you insult my sexuality, which would have been so I guess understandable.
Right.
But what great storytelling for him to hang in there and accept the love that she was offering and the unconditional acceptance of him as in all of his humanity, no matter who he loved. Like it's just wonderful storytelling. I can't say enough about it. And just for me, it just resonated. It's just, I cannot endorse it enough because it's just so much more than a gay hockey show.
Yes. I feel right, because some people will be like, and I'm like, no, I promise it is more. Everyone I talk to about who says that is like, well, it's just like them having sex. I'm like, no, I promise it is so much more than that.
And also, like, I think even for straight people that are like, why would I want to watch two guys be together? Well, because you care about love, right? And you can just fill in whatever the barrier may be, right? Plug it into your particular situation. You can do that. It's universal.
Yeah.
But the passion between them, you know, when he says Svetlana loves me and I love her, but not the way I love you. Like,
I know you're making me fucking cry.
But you can also see it the way that this show is shot when they show them just looking at each other, their eyes, their small motions in their mouths, the way that their nostrils will flare, everything. Like
eyes dilating.
It's crazy.
We're here to talk episode 5. This for me is the episode. This is so much happens, yet it does not feel too like overloaded with so much happening, right? Even though it is like a constant like string of things happening.
No, the pace is great. The storytelling is great. It feels like a whole season, but it doesn't feel exhausting. Like everything, it has its right amount of time. It's really well done. Well, I feel this way about the whole season, but this episode especially, it feels like a whole season arc in this one episode. But it's really well done, and I think it's most people's favorite episodes.
Yeah, even rewatching it, I still cried rewatching it.
Me too.
Hammy, did you have a feeling?
Yeah. Episode 4 is which I was on the podcast for, is my favorite episode. But this is unquestionably the favorite episode. And it's the only episode that actually did make me cry. So I'm with you, boys. They got me on the rewatch. Almost, but not quite. I toughed it out.
He had one feeling that one time, and then the second time he almost did. That's beautiful.
Sad, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I love that.
Hammy just called us both faggots.
No, Michael, what's your star sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no one
knows.
But
I thought someone in the audience might want to know.
If you're looking, I don't know what that means either.
My
I think it
dad
means
is...
I'm allowed to be selfish and go on trips. That's adventurous and selfish is what
and you should be. You deserve that.
And I will be.
Yeah.
My dad is also bad at feelings and also selfish and also a Sagittarius.
there could be something there. There could be something there.
Ian calling Michael his daddy, low-key.
Yeah, for real.
No.
That's,
Wow.
that's what
Real
he meant.
subtle,
Wow.
Ian. Real subtle.
Right on Maine? Ian, not on Maine. Come on. Jesus Christ.
I want you to know that in the Discord, when I posted that me, Hammy, and Charisma were recording together, someone said that I was replacing one top for another.
That's right.
And I said, I'm not sure who the top is in this situation, Charisma or Hammy. And someone said,
Okay.
LOL, Hammy as a top, and put a question mark.
Right. I love Discord. Discord's so
I don't
funny.
think I need to get dragged into this, honestly.
Get his ass.
No, thank you.
Get him.
Rude.
And everyone's like, it's clearly Charisma. And I was like, all right, fair. This episode, we open on Rose being very sweet to Shane while knowing he's gay. Very much like, no, it's okay. And he's trying to make excuses. She doesn't care. She really doesn't care. She's like, it's fine. I know what you are. We're good. We get the announcer giving us some plot. I've been trying to pay better attention to the announcers because I know that it's like, yeah. He talks about, what does he say? He tells us Ilya and Shane will be on the same team. What is the, like, what's happening with Scott Hunter? Is it supposed to be like, because he's closeted, he's like performing poorly? Closeted and in love, I guess?
I think it's probably because, well, one, yes, I think it's weird because they had their whole book, and obviously they didn't get to sort of draw out and tell that whole story through the season. So they're kind of arcing us back to episode 3, Scott's story, because we haven't seen him since then. And I think they were just trying to kind of bring that back in a subtle way or not so subtle way. But also I think that's what the insinuation is that Scott is struggling because he is struggling with being separated from his little nugget boyfriend who is so strong and so handsome. And he's very sad about it. And so he's not playing so well. And obviously we saw that was kind of one of the storylines of episode 3 was he started playing better once he started getting that pussy on the reg. So beautiful.
So post credits,
yeah,
Rose and Shane go to dinner. I love the scene so much. I think it was my friend Eric that said, like, in an American show, this would have been a whole season-long arc of her dating him. They keep going, and then the season finale, she finds out he's gay by, like, walking in on him and Ilya. I'm really glad we don't do that. But, I mean, I just finished the book. The Rose plot goes pretty fast. It doesn't, like, linger too long.
Well, it makes sense for Rose too. The Rose seems to be kind of quick because this woman is used to betting the queer men. She really is. She said, 80% of them have come out as gay. So she's like, oh, clocked. It's not going to take her too long. She's not going to be sticking around for a year or two before she realizes this man would rather be a hole than a pole. And love her. She came off like such an ally. Like a lot of people have said, if this had been an American show, she would have been portrayed or show run by a different creator. She would have been portrayed in a much less realistic way and beautiful way. And like she came off as such an ally, such an amazing, well-rounded, independent woman herself. Like she's not devastated because this man is gay. She's understanding that he was trying to figure that out himself. And it's not like she built her whole world around this man. She's a woman with a successful career. She's like, this is fine. I love you as a person and I'm gonna be here for you. And that's something that I think a lot of shows have not done well.
Yes. Did either of you watch like the Love Victor show or did the movie Love Simon?
I saw Love Simon.
Yeah. Because like both of those did not do this well. In Love Victor, it is the whole season he is dating a girl. We watch them go on dates. And I just remember being like, why am I watching this? Like, we know this is like not they would play like the romantic music and like that felt like a waste of my time. I know the show, the character's gay. So why am I watching him go on dates when he's closeted? And he didn't like get with the guy till the season finale. Pissed me off. In Love Simon, when the friends are like very not understanding, I don't always love that. Because in my experience, I've had a lot of women that are more like Rose or Svetlana in my life. Those are like the women I keep around. Those are the women I am like attracted to just personality, friendship, whatever wise. And I feel like the two of you probably feel the same way. Like women like that are very important in a queer person's life.
Yeah, Rose does a really good job in this episode of kind of giving him comfort to like say it himself and like she's really good at basically saying, I know, but I don't want to say it, but you can
Right.
say it. And it's really nice because she kind of fumbles a bit.
Yes.
Which like she's done this before, but she's still like not sure exactly how to be like, I know you're gay. You can say it, right? That feels like an attack, and she does a really good job of kind of
Yeah.
just laying out the groundwork and making him feel safe. I don't know what the timeline is here for how long they've been dating up to this point, but like they've obviously become very comfortable as friends.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this show does this so well. Like this episode highlights it, but just getting the point across so quick and like taking out every piece of filler that you don't need and only giving you exactly what you need. This I love this scene. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, I think to Michael's point, like she does fumble a bit at a certain point, but I think also because Shane is a bit autistic, right? He's on the spectrum. So she probably had to say it a little bit more directly than she was used to. Like she had, because he needs that. He needs like, we've seen him struggle with like speaking to Ilya because Ilya's saying things in a not so forward way. Like we saw that at Ilya's house when he brought up the idea of Shane being with a woman. He didn't really understand and he kind of took it the wrong way. And so Rose clearly sees Shane as like, as a person that needs to be spoken to a little bit more directly and on the nose. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Shane. Like you're gay, right? Yes. And like he needs that, you know?
And I think Hudson's acting is like really impressive in this scene.
Yes.
Like the way he like looks down and the way his eyes start to get red and you can see that his brain is screaming. He is not really emoting that much, but you know the inside is like
he's not
fully
even
fucking screaming.
communicating. She's asking questions and he's just like silently nodding until it like sets in his brain that this is safe. I can say something out loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's got a little laugh and it kind of, you can see it like wash over him where he's like, okay, yeah. You got me, girl. Like here's the tea. I'm a bottom. I don't know. There you go. You got it.
Yes.
You got me to say it.
Yeah.
And like, I love her line of it's not a problem. A problem is something you can fix. Like that is such a good line. And to your point, Joe, where she like falters a little bit, so in Buffy, there's a coming out scene that I love where like Buffy falters. Annoying people are like, look, she's homophobic. I'm like, no, she falters and then she fully picks it up. Right, Hammy? She does. Like Buffy gets like, she doesn't know what to say. So she like has a little bit of word vomit. And then like, it's pointed out that she's having word vomit and she's like, no, you're right. I'm sorry. No, of course I support you. And like sits down next to her friend when Willow comes out to her. And I like that because I like seeing characters be genuine. I don't like it if someone's perfect right away out the gate because that's not real. That's not realistic. So I like that even with this woman who is clearly a good ally, trying her best to be like, hey, just like softly letting you know, but like she's kind of fumbling it, but still doing it in a nice, well-meaning way. Like we know she's coming from a good place. And I like that better than someone who's just 100% perfect with their wording at the top. I think that's just more enjoyable. I don't know.
Yeah.
So then he makes the I'd rather be the hole than the square peg joke. And her reaction. So she also played Shauna Shipman in Yellow Jackets, which I mentioned she is my arch enemy. She is like weird lesbian cannibal Trump allegory person. I hate her so much. And then I love her in this. And this in 2025, that actress made the same reaction twice on my TV screen. Once in Yellow Jackets, when a man who is there to rescue them gets an axe to the head, she reacts with a surprised face where she's laughing surprised. And here, when Shane tells her he's a bottom, she acts with that smiling surprise face. And I love that this actress has done that for two very different scenes in 2025. Yeah. So then she says she wants to stay friends with him, and she means it. I love that. We cut to Ilya and Svetlana in bed. I asked this question before, but do we think they have just fucked, or are they just like friends hanging out in their underwear?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think fucked.
Go ahead.
I don't know why, because I'm a pervert.
I feel like they probably may have at least fooled around. I think these two are probably still having sex. Ilya probably also. I mean, we don't get to see too much of it, but Ilya, I assume, is sleeping around at this point in his life, right? Like he just got kind of dumped by the person who he was growing feelings for. When he got even a little bit emotional, I would go sleep with someone, and why not my hot best friend? You know?
Yeah. I don't know, because at this point it feels to me like their relationship has fully hit the like familial friendship love type
Yeah,
of.
but I think it's always been that way, and were fucking through that. I mean, and she's
Fair.
also, I think, just wearing a hockey jersey. I'm not going to lay in your bed, ass cheeks out in a hockey jersey, unless I'm planning to give you the sausage.
I don't know. I feel like if it's someone I'm comfortable with, I'll be in like just like I don't know, like little short shorts. I don't care.
Michael,
I feel like just imagery wise, he's only in boxers. She's just wearing his t-shirt. Which, like, where did she get his t-shirt? Or I mean, she could have a t-shirt for the team.
She had one in the episode she premieres in episode 1 or 2. She has that jersey.
Yeah, and they fucked right after that, and she was wearing it to be sexy.
But she was wearing it to begin with, is what I mean. It wasn't like she like got it from him.
But wasn't she in
it.
his house?
Yeah, she went in his house.
She was already in his house. Got that shirt from him. Like, look at me. I'm a hot girl wearing your jersey or whatever.
I think you might be misreading this, buddy.
Also, they're laying in bed smoking, which is like international sign of we just had sex, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't
thematically.
know, I mean, Hammy knows this. I don't know if you've picked up on this. I'm sure you have, Joe. I am like when it's like someone I'm comfortable with, I'm very like all these things you're saying that are signs. I'm like, I do this with friends I'm comfortable with, and it's not a sign that we fucked. Like all of these like signs, I'm like, no, I do that, and that's not for sex.
I feel almost in a way like Svetlana is a willing beard.
Yeah.
And because the first time we see Svetlana, I think they were having really passionate sex, and they were having like on a kitchen countertop or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, my Lord, that woman is beautiful. And he is an Adonis. But so they're like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But then like later we see them. I think it's comfortable. I think it's just one of those relationships where like, I think they have mutual respect and love for admiration for each other. I think they do. That's the thing. Like, I think he is into her, and I think he can have sex. He can do that thing, and I don't know that Shane wouldn't be able to do that if he wasn't just so hopelessly in love with Ilya. So how much, I don't know. Maybe he just isn't into women at all, and he tried, and this is like his effort, and he's just like, it's not for me. I know my best gay guy, I just won't say his name because I don't want to say his name, but, he said he'd been with women before,
I have, yeah.
To perform. So, I think sometimes when you can't perform, maybe it's less to do with not wanting to perform and be with them, but that just your heart belongs somewhere else.
I'm sure it felt like cheating for him in a lot of ways mentally. That would, like, you can fake everything, but you can't really fake that. And I think I can see that perspective of like, even if he could, like, down the line or previously or whatever, Shane is in full Ilya mode right now. And I think that is definitely one thing that is perfect, because I think he wants to, he's trying, he's giving it a go, but it's definitely not working.
Shane is not casual about sex. Ilya is maybe a little bit more casual about it. Like, Ilya is still in love with Shane, but he can have sex with other people. And I think it's because to him, it's almost like Ilya can compartmentalize. Yes. But Shane, it's like, he's hyper-focused. It's Ilya. I don't think Shane would have slept with another man. I don't think he wasn't interested.
No.
I'll be curious to see if that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible that they didn't, but to me, I feel like I read it as
because also then she immediately is talking about Shane, and I'm like, this feels like she's trying to get him to say, yes, Shane is hot, I want to fuck him. Like, it feels like she's like, I know that this is the guy you want to fuck. Because like she keeps harping on it. That like, well, he's hot.
I think she knows, yeah, but I think Ilya lays good pipe, so she's gonna take it and be like, but also, isn't this guy so hot?
I am charmed by
the read that they didn't, because I like the idea of Ilya in my head, like, holding off for Shane anyway, but there's no way that that's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, I mean this like, Hammy, I feel like you and I would sit in a bed and smoke. I mean, if you smoked, but like, I don't know, wouldn't mean we fucked. Like, I don't know. I feel like
I don't think anyone would ever see me with my shirt off if I wasn't sleeping with them.
or on
But
the internet.
or literally has any internet connection, but that's different. Yeah, I don't know.
So we go to the All-Star game where the announcers already told us they'll play together. I sure don't understand what's going on here. Hammy, if you have a brief explanation.
Sure, yeah. So the All-Star game is basically they split all of the best hockey players, the All-Stars, into their locations. So here it's East versus West. I think in the NHL it's like Metropolitan, Pacific, Atlantic, maybe Central or something like that. And it's just the best players from each of those locations. So like Eastern would include Boston and Montreal. Like those two teams are Eastern teams. So the best players from that would be on the Eastern team. And that happens, yeah, every year except this year. There's no All-Stars game because they're in the Olympics. So they gave them the All-Stars off so all the best players could go to the Olympics instead.
Oh, all right.
So it should have been happening every year, theoretically, in this world.
Okay.
So this shouldn't be the first time this has ever happened to them.
Because they've always been the best players, right?
Yeah, they've been captains for years, I think, at this point. Yeah.
Shane gets to the bar and Ilya is there. And I really, really like that they just fall back into it. I really like that there isn't a like, oh, I'm mad at you. Oh, we're not speaking. It's just like, hey, what's up? Hey. And like Ilya's immediately flirty. Ilya is, I mean, I know we talked about this in episode 4 a little bit, but I like, this is like when Ilya becomes softer. And Ilya is clearly, I think, comes off more nervous than Shane. Like, I think Shane is more just like treating him like a friend. And also Shane is like me, where he's like at a 10 normally. Like he's always anxious. But Ilya feels more anxious than he normally does. And he's trying to be casual. And I just liked seeing that. I don't know. I'm charmed by him saying he's getting into the mood with his like silly.
Yeah. He looks festive and cute. And I think he is nervous. I think he doesn't know what to make of Shane and his previous reaction, because obviously Shane was the one that had the big reaction last they were together. So he doesn't know what to make of it. And he also thinks at this point that he's with Rose Landry. So he's like, how am I going to navigate this interaction with this man who I'm starting to have feelings for, and also I've been sleeping with, and who's now dating one of the biggest movie stars in the world, who happens to be the opposite gender of me. So it is interesting.
Because I also do, I mean, we get it in that one scene. Like I think Ilya knows Shane is gay, right? Like I think at this point,
probably.
or he did, but now the Rose Landry of it all is maybe throwing him for a little bit of a like, oh wait, maybe he's not, maybe he is bi like me.
Right.
And I could see where that like might throw someone, right? Where it's like, ooh, I thought I was like steady in what I knew, but like maybe it's different, and not in like a biphobic way, but in just a like, oh, I thought I fully had a read on him, and now maybe my read was a little bit off. And also, I gotta say, my kink is like big dumb men who don't like feelings. I'm looking at both of you, who then also like have a little bit of feelings and like, but are trying to pretend they don't, but they do. For me, I'm like, let's watch you squirm. Keep going.
No, I think that's fun for everyone, right? Breaking down the big dumb oaf with walls around his heart, right? That's kind of sexy. But obviously, Ilya's not a big dumb oaf. He's a very highly and emotionally intelligent person. He's just been through some trauma, and that's the reason he struggles with his emotions. But later, when he does open up, he's very freely and open with the way he feels, which is nice.
I feel like we see the shift start in this episode because we start off, and one of the very first lines in the episode is the announcers talking about how who's going to be the center, who's going to be the wing, and we get that again with Svetlana, which I think is a metaphor in a way for like the center is like in hockey, that's like always the captain, you know, basically they're the most important player, they're the coolest, they're the biggest, they're the strongest, whatever, the fastest, all of it. And I think for this whole show, that's been Ilya.
Yeah.
And that dynamic is starting to change a little bit. And I think Shane has become more confident through Rose, right? Having someone behind him has helped him be like, yeah, like I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm actually gay and it didn't work out with a woman. And Ilya is sort of falling. He's supposed to be center. And now that Shane's here, he can't be the center. He's downgraded to wing, and Shane's position has rised above. And, Shane's drinking a beer, not a ginger ale, because he's like a real man now. And Ilya's like puppy dog eyes. And yeah, it's really fun to watch that shift happen
Role
from
reversal.
last episode to this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause there's one thing there's no denying, and that is Shane is excellent at his job. And
Yes.
he challenges, and I think that's probably why Ilya is into him.
I think so
Because
too.
he challenges him, he's dedicated. Like even on the phone when he was speaking Russian, he was saying, I don't speak Russian. He goes, yeah, if you did, you'd probably learn it in a week and have no
Yeah.
accent. And like he respects him and he respects his talent. He challenges him in a way that maybe Ilya has never been challenged.
I think so.
That's part of the attraction, I think, for Ilya.
No, I agree with that. And I like seeing it. We get Vaughn coming over all excited to see them, makes jokes about them together. Shane one of them says like, oh, Shane does. We'll probably get a lot of that this weekend. And then he says he has something to tell him that he's not allowed to make fun of him or tell him at all, tell anyone. And it's that he got a stylist, which I am very charmed by, that being the thing that he's like, you can't tell anyone. Like, I'm not going to lie. I hate athleisure. Doesn't do it for me. It does like the opposite for me.
I love athleisure. It's comfortable. I can run around the places. I could pull it on. My dong looks great if I don't wear underwear. I love athleisure. 10 out of 10.
Well, I was going to say, and then the part of that is I dress like that a lot.
Oh.
I dress like, if I go to the gym, I'm usually just wearing my gym clothes all day. Like I usually don't, unless if I have work, I change. But like, if I go to the gym and I don't have much for the rest of the day, usually I'm just in those clothes.
Ooh,
I'm more of just like straight up like leisure, like Dickensian nightcap with the candle and the robe and all that. That's more my kind of style.
I like that.
Anyway, Shane says he should circulate. So we go to the pool, which I am very charmed by. Ilya is like playing with the kids. Charisma, it was not charmed by this and said the bar is very low. Men can easily have fun with kids and then leave them be, which isn't incorrect, but I'm still charmed by it.
It's true.
They're also not his kids. Like, I don't know.
That's exactly it. Like if I go to somewhere and there's just like a bunch of kids, I can entertain them for a good 20 minutes and be very charming and then hide in the bathroom for the next 40 because they want to keep playing.
Yeah, it's too much.
But yes, Ilya then like when he shakes himself off and is like, Hollander, I need money. I don't know. I'm just charmed by all of it. But I definitely do think he's doing it because he's trying to like...
For sure.
100%.
Nab Shane.
The tough guy act didn't work. It got him kicked out. He went with someone softer. He went with Rose. And I think this is his kind of last ditch effort to be like, I'm also a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like that version of me?
Which again, I will say, that is like... In this rewatch, I've been seeing myself more in Shane than ever before. That is something I have done. That is something where I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. Like, we're good. And then they are softening up and being nicer to me. I am very good at getting those types of people when I hit my limit to actually be nice to me. I could name 10 guys off the top of my head that's happened with, even just like in a friend way. Like, I feel like when you're the emotional one, when you're the softer one, and you actually do hit a hard line, those ones tend to listen.
Yeah, I think I've definitely been the Ilya in this situation, I think, as well, where after a breakup, if it kind of goes bad, you kind of want to become the person that they wanted you to be in a way. And I know after breakups being like, you know what? Yeah, I really should stop drinking so much, or I really should like take care of this or go do that. I remember being like, after breaking up with someone being like, I really should go get my driver's license. I am kind of a bum. Right? And like, so I understand his thought process.
Wait, how old were you when you got your driver's license?
Oh, baby, I didn't end up getting it. I went and got my beginners. That expired. Then I got my beginners. Then that expired. Then I was like, I'm over the breakup anyway. I don't need a license.
Do you not have a license?
No, I don't drive at all.
I didn't know that about you, Hammy.
No, I can't. I would kill everyone, I'm pretty sure.
Right,
but yeah, I've been the Ilya where it's like I remember after a relationship being like, I'm going to go get glasses. I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to like, there's a different version of me that I need to create and craft. And even if for me it wasn't to like get that person back, there's still this like let me try this.
I think that's why I
Mhm.
started going to the gym. So I started working out because I was like,
Classic.
I'm gonna get
Revenge
hotter,
bod.
and that person is gonna feel bad about it.
Mm.
And I did get hotter.
Yeah.
And they're crying.
Good for you.
They're somewhere crying right now.
Hell yes.
Are you kidding? One of the
Absolutely.
biggest compliments, Hammy, when you watched the like little trailer I did for my book, and you were like, "Do you get hotter as you got older?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's what I wanted to hear," because that
That
was
is
my
that.
intention.
Congratulations, sir.
Then they sit on the beach together in the sunset, and it's very fucking sweet. Where once again, Ilya is the one that kind of like does their little hand touch. Like he looks and then he touches. Because those types of guys, these types of guys, do like the softer one, right? Like I think they do. And like Ilya's trying to be like, no, I do like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's difficult to sort of categorize a type of guy because everyone's different, right? But I think Ilya does definitely need a little bit of tenderness. He doesn't have that in his life, and he's always sort of probably wanted it since the death of his mother, and he lost that, and he hasn't had it. He's always been like very like bang and done sort of guy. Like he does a lot of hookups, has a lot of sex, but he hasn't had that emotional connection. And I think because I don't know, because maybe the way Shane is, how simple he is, the way he's like very forward, and I think maybe that just really connects to Ilya, and Ilya over time has realized he really likes him. They have a lot in common, but they're also very different in a lot of ways. And uh, he clearly sees something in Shane that makes him realize, or maybe it's just their age. They're also getting older. Maybe he wants that sort of an actual emotional connection. Because that's around the time that a lot of people do, right? Your mid to late 20s. So yeah, I think it's sweet. And I think he's testing the limit because he asked like 8 times if he's with Rose. And every time Shane has been like, no, not really. So I think this is him being like, okay, then are we good to go? Let's get it together. So I think it's very sweet. This is a beautiful scene.
I do love Ilya saying he looked up the word compatible. Like I think that is like very charming. That would
Meanwhile, he's been speaking
clothes.
English for like 20 years now, but he's like, compatible. I'm not sure what it means. Yes.
But I think it's like he looked it up because he just wanted to be fully sure that he knew they were not together.
Yeah.
When he inches his hand towards him, I like immediately teared up. This like everything in this episode makes me fucking emotional.
It's very nice. It's like the pinky, right? It's which is very like reminiscent of the first scene with the water bottle, kind of too, which is nice.
We go to the room. Shane arrives. Ilya goes back to being an asshole here, but like quickly softens again because Ilya's like, what do you mean? Like we get together and we fuck. That's it. It's simple. And I really like that Shane holds his ground. He's like, that's bullshit. Like, I know that's not what this is.
Yeah.
And, you know, when Shane comes out to him, Ilya's a little bit of a dick, but also I understand. And it does make me laugh that he laughs and is like, what makes you think that? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think this scene is really interesting. Like, Shane kind of tempts him with the sex. He's like, "Oh, where's your room?" And then he like locks him in with a serious conversation. He kind of tricks him into it, and it needed to happen. I think Ilya was trying to just like go back to normal, but I think his walls have been pretty much torn down. Right, they're about a foot tall at this point. So he was trying to like keep up that facade of no emotion, whatever. And then Shane was just like, this is not going to happen. Listen, if we're going to go back to this, and I apologize for, freaking out on you last time, we're going to have an actual conversation and I'm going to force you to do it. And I think Ilya, just like I said, his wall was about a foot high at that point. He was just like, fine, okay, I accept that I'm not getting out of this. Let's do it.
Yeah. And so they have like a talk and Shane says he maybe likes him too much. Ilya then this is when he starts to open up, right? He talks, he couldn't go back to Russia, brother police, father police, and your mother dead. And Ilya admits that his father has dementia.
Yeah.
And my God, this scene makes me cry. The way Connor Story's acting is so good. I mean, all the time, but especially in this scene when he's like immediately turns away because he doesn't want Shane to see him cry. Oof, charisma, like, you are an actor. I love hearing actors talk about other like good acting. And I mean, you've done a lot of scenes where you have to like cry or get emotional and like show it subtly. What do you think of the way he does it?
As an actor, this person's going to be a huge star. He's going to be doing sounds like Jacob Elordi. He's going to be on every red carpet, doing every major filmmaker is going to want to work with this. This person has all the chops. From Texas, speaking perfect Russian. I mean, I'm not Russian, so I don't know if it's perfect, but sounds legit.
Everyone has said, like, people have said that, like, his Russian is perfect. Like, Russian folks have said. And, like, I do feel like often sometimes when American actors do it, it can feel cartoony, right? Sometimes, like, an American doing a Russian accent can be a little like Boris and Natasha. But it, and again, like you said, I'm not Russian either, but it feels very authentic.
It's interesting because, like, on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, when Spike speaks in his English accent, you know, James has said, and on record, and I've been on panels, gazillion panels with James, where he's talked about how Anthony Stewart had to take him to the side and, like, coach him on his English accent. So it's like, you know, there's a humility for the work, and I think that comes through. And I feel like when he turned away in that moment,
yeah.
I mean, I was in it. Like, he is so watchable. He's beautiful. He's diverse. You know, he can play in just the series. He can play fun with children and, you know, sweet.
Yeah.
He can play hard. He can be a competitor and he can skate, and he's showing athleticism. He's physically fit. He's vulnerable. You know, he's got it all going on. Like, I don't even know what more I can say about it. Like, this person is gifted. I really feel like he's something else. He's very special.
Yeah.
He's very special.
And I think Shane is the perfect person to see him cry because he just recognizes he needs me to comfort him. That's it.
Yeah.
And just, like, gets up on his lap, and it is so sweet and so romantic. And for me, this, like, solidifies them. This is the moment that, like, they become in the show. I know in the book it is not the case, but in the show, for me, this is when it's like it's solidified they are in love,
sure.
You know,
for sure. Yeah, and they end this scene by saying each other's names openly for the first time. You know, like, but this scene is so important, and I think Shane was missing so much of. He understood that Ilya was closed off, and he didn't really know why. And now he got a lot of that context, and it's going to help them moving forward for sure.
Yeah, and I even like that we don't see them have sex. That it just, like, cuts to it's from them cuddling. We assume they have had sex, but it just cuts to them, like, shirtless in bed.
The sex wasn't the important part of the scene. It was, you know, the emotional sex that they had.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks later, Ilya texts him to come over before a game. Shane says he can't. Then we cut to them post-sex. Unsurprisingly to anyone listening, or to two of you men, I have had many a man be like, "You have too many questions."
Yeah, I can see
not
that.
foreign to me.
Oh yeah. I think I've said that too. I think,
yes. That's why I didn't say just in sex. I meant, like, in general.
Sometimes when Ian texts me, I feel so guilty because I'm like, I feel like I can respond with. I feel like I only need to respond with 5 to 6 words, but he wrote 6 paragraphs before this, so I'm like, oh, does he think I like? I don't know. If I only answer with 1 sentence, I feel guilty. I'm like, what else should I say? I don't.
Listen, he's the one with the fine arts. You know, you don't have to write 8 paragraphs in response. I give him the old ha ha ha. That's crazy.
No, Hammy sends me a voice memo back and calls me a bitch. That's usually
that's actually
Noted.
more accurate.
Noted
But,
for
like,
my future. Okay, thank you.
For our friendship, the stupid bitch is comforting to me. I think I said it the other day. I was like, I needed to hear you call me a stupid bitch so I could feel better, Hammy.
Okay.
I wrote you a whole song and everything.
You did. He sang me a song in a voice memo calling me a stupid bitch.
I know. Calling him a stupid bitch, though. That's the caveat.
It was great. It's gonna be my fucking notification. It's gonna be my alarm in the morning. He ignores a call from his brother. They joke about who will win. And then in the locker room, Ilya gets a call and we fade to the next day. Shane hears JJ and them talking about Ilya not coming to the game. ESPN says he didn't fly. Shane texts him, nothing. He calls Ilya, nothing. Then when he's reading in bed, Ilya does call him. And as someone who has been through a lot of deaths, I will say, like, sometimes I do just want something horny. Like, when I'm grieving, it's like if someone could just fuck my brains out so I don't have to think about this, that would be fantastic. So I do like that, even though we establish, yes, they have like an emotional connection, they have a feelings connection. Ilya is opening up to him. Ilya is like, take off your clothes. I want to see you fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and I get that. Like, right, like that makes sense. He's just like, let me just get off.
Ilya's comfort is sex, it's touch, it's physical. And like we saw that in the last scene, right, where they opened up to each other for the first time. Like Shane immediately got onto his lap and hugged him as soon as Ilya was opening up. Like that's just how he is. He that's how he handles grief. Not everyone handles it the same way. And you know, as soon as Ilya sheds a tear, someone needs to be on that dick. And you know, I think that's fair. Yeah.
I get it. I can't relate to it.
No,
personally.
me either. If I'm grieving,
I think
don't touch me.
Yeah, that's more of me, but I fully understand like that distraction aspect of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I would call Shane and be like, "Can you just like order me Uber Eats to my house?
Yes.
I'm very sad." Right? Like that's more of my love language than
Same.
Let's do something sexy. I don't think I can think sexy when I'm sad. So
Same.
I would.
Well, that is for me, especially why I said fuck my brains out, because I'm not thinking. It's not sexy. Just like,
okay. Privileged bottom doesn't have to do it any work. Wow.
Right. Oh.
Listen.
Miserable.
In Moscow, I mean this in the best way possible. It is so dramatic and ridiculous. Ilya, the music that is playing while he has a drink and he's shirtless and he's just staring out this window. It looks cold. It looks miserable. And the post-funeral dinner, everyone is so miserable. The brother and him have that confrontation. And again, Svetlana comes in to protect him. And I love, she doesn't give a shit about that brother, right? He calls her a slut. She doesn't fucking care. She's like,
not worth it. Don't harm yourself.
Right. And
he's not even worth it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I hate Ilya's brother.
Sucks, man.
His
brother fucking sucks. I hate this man.
And I asked this with Charisma too. Do we think he calls him a faggot because he's just like an asshole, or because he kind of knows that maybe Ilya likes dudes too?
Oh, he definitely knows. Yeah,
so?
I mean, I don't think you spend that much time with like a sibling and they don't really get it. You know, I feel like even deep down, most of them have an inkling of, and if you're homophobic and, you know, a bully at the same time, you're going to take even the smallest inkling and
that's true.
Run with it, hold it, you know? So I think he knows.
It's hard to say, but I think it's the ultimate insult. You know, when you're coming from like a macho family and
right. Yeah.
that just doesn't tolerate that kind of, you know, lifestyle, that it's just like a shitty thing to say. It's just a shitty thing he might suspect. So he's just going to, you know, he's just a shitty person.
Yes.
Making his family responsible because he quote unquote literally manipulating and preying on his brother who has this talent that is like pushed in and representing, like he had a fucking choice in that house. You know what I mean? And he's like the brother making, like, that whole scene touched me because he's like, they can't stand me because I exist, because he's the golden child, right? Like, that's not his fucking fault that was his role in the family. He didn't have a say. It sounds like, it felt like.
And if he had stayed home, he wouldn't have had the money to help them be supported. Like, right? Like,
I mean, just an ingrate, like just the scum of the earth. You know, just entitled, angry, can't face his own shortcomings, his own failures, you know, and that's why he does drugs, you know, to escape, I guess, and not have to. It's just so repugnant to me.
Yeah, I see it as like both in a way, like in high school getting called a faggot, no one knew, you know what I mean? Like there was no proof of it, but there was a vibe. And they were correct, but they didn't know that to be the truth. And they were using it as just this sort of derogatory weapon. And Ilya's obviously very pretty. dresses quite well, takes care of his body, has like that metrosexual, if you will, energy. So like I can see it just being a derogatory term to say to him with like a hint of, but I bet he also is gay, but might not have like proof. Like, but then I was like, he might know about the what's
Shane.
the name of the guy that he
Shane.
hooked up?
Sasha.
The other guy though, no,
Sasha.
He might know about Sasha through the grapevine or heard rumors or whatever as well, right? So I think it's both in a way. Like he might not have full like actual proof, but he knows. And
exactly.
And in glides Svetlana, like the gorgeous, wonderful angel she is. And I like that she says she heard singing. Like she is so not pressed by Alexei. She is. I feel like if need be, she would throw some fucking punches alongside Ilya.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
like, I just like that Alexei doesn't even register to her. Like that's how low he is to her. Like she's not engaging with him. She doesn't give a shit about Alexei. And so like him calling her a whore does not make her press. She doesn't fucking care.
No.
But also I just like, these are the type of friendships I love. These are the type of friendships I have. And so I love that he like immediately fucking beats the shit out of his brother and is punching him. And that she is the one that's like, he is not worth anything. Like he's not worth it. Let's ignore him. And this happened once with my best friend Kim. This guy was like she was like drunk as shit at a gay bar. And this guy was like, oh, like just like pulling her to leave with him. And I was like, hey, she's going home with me. And he was like, no, she's going home with me. And like me and the guy got into a pushing match and we almost started fighting because I started screaming in his face. And I was like, nope, you are not taking it home, my blackout drunk friend who is like not all there and doesn't even know what's going on. And the guy absolutely would have beat my ass. Like absolutely. But I'm not above getting my ass beat. So I took off my glasses. I remember I took out my septum ring. So I was like, well, I can't have him pull on that.
Oh my God, the loop earrings. This is so Latino of you.
Right? Sometimes.
Hold on. 1 second here.
And then it was at a bar that I went to a lot and everyone from the bar came outside and broke us up and sent the guy home. But yeah, those are the friendships that I like really, I don't know. That's like your family, right?
Absolutely.
I love that. And then she talks to him and we get the first time of her fully acknowledging she knows Jane is a man.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think she knows it? Because again, that's what leads me to in the other scene is like, she trying, like, does she know it's Shane particularly?
Yeah. I mean, there's too many scenes of her pointing out Shane for it to be a coincidence in my mind. I think she knows, she's clocked it. Jane and Shane are a little bit too close together audibly. So, I think she's a very smart character. And I think we're supposed to know that she knows.
Yeah. I think back to complimenting the show and its ability to take out any filler. Mm-hmm. They're showing us everything for a reason. Right. Agreed. So I think, she knows.
Yeah.
And the line of, I don't deserve you. Yes, you do. I just hope Jane knows how lucky he is. Like, God, she is so good. She's so good.
So good.
Like,
I love her.
Yes. Ilya leaves and calls Shane. And my God.
Yeah.
Joe, you've listened to the book. This scene is better in the show than it is in the book, I think.
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, so much of this scene is about atmosphere.
Yes.
It's about the subtlety of their acting. You're not going to capture that in an audiobook. Like, you can only do so much with voice, right? Like, and you have like an incredible actor like Connor Story doing this scene, and he added so much to this. Like, it felt so real. And also just the set design, the lighting, the music, it, like Beethoven, like, hello, it tore, it ate, it chewed, it left no crumbs. It was so emotional. This is, if I rewatch this entire series over and over again, this is the only scene that's going to continue to make me feel emotional. You know what I mean? Like, it is everything. And you feel like it's freezing cold in Russia.
Yes.
You feel like he's devastated. You feel, it's really, my nipples are hard thinking about it. I'm so sad.
I'm so sad my nipples are hard.
Yeah. Well, because I got goosebumps, which mean my nipples are.
Oh, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
I forget which actor. One of the actors told us where they filmed the Moscow scenes. I forget where.
Yeah, it was
we got somewhere.
Canada.
Yeah. That they specifically used to look like Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
And like, they really, like, you're right, Joe. It feels cold. It feels gray. It feels like what I feel like Moscow would feel like.
Yeah.
And before we like jumped on our recording with Charisma, she actually watched this scene and read the captions and made me cry. I was like, fuck, I'm even crying just hearing Charisma Carpenter read these lines that are Ilya's, because like the writing of that dialogue is so good, and his acting, the way his pauses, the way he talks about grief. It's funny to me because I was kind of the reverse, right? Well, not really the reverse, but I took care of my mom. My brother didn't come down to help not once. The entire time my mom was dying, he was like, I have a kid. I can't drop things. So like, I have a different version of like, I fucking hate this, but you know, there's so much that comes with all that shit. And like, he wasn't welcome there. Right. So that has to, even if you're like, I hated this parent, there's still those feelings of like what could have been. Right. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think at a certain point, especially when a parent has dementia, they're no longer that person who was abusive to you. They're no longer that person who was mean to you. They're just a person who is related to you who needs to be taken care of. You know, it's you can't, if you have empathy, if you have morals, you can't let a person die without being taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, and I think Ilya's a good enough person to do that. And he did. And he feels guilty because he wasn't there, but he was providing financially for them. And he had to be in the US for that. So he did just as much. And I guarantee you, without that money, his brother would not have been there physically. So
that's gotta hurt too. The fact that they treat him, I mean, that's what he says, right? They think of him as a bank. They want more from him. And he gives them so much. And the fact, for me, what shows how much he loves them is that when him and his brother fight and he's like, you can take the apartment. I'm setting up a trust for my niece. She can touch it when she's 18. Don't ever talk to me again. Like that is still that's him protecting his own peace, but also still taking care of his fucking family. Right.
Yeah. And he even mentions in his speech that he knows why his brother hates him, but it still kills him. You know, he wants that love from his family, and it's heartbreaking to him that he doesn't get it.
So yeah, it's like grief just makes everything so weird and so complicated. I mean, my ex's mom hates me and like blames me. And like,
for what?
Because I wrote a piece about finding him and how upsetting it was. And she like she was like, you hated each other. You didn't even like each other.
Why would she blame you? That's awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Ian.
It was like, and my mother was like, I remember I called my mom crying and she was like, can you give me her phone number? I just want to talk to her real quick. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm not giving you this grieving mother's phone number. And she was like, I just need to talk to her. And I was like, no, I'm not. And like, I'm not gonna lie, even now, I'm like, I'm surprised I was able to do that, because wanting to tell that woman to go fuck off would have felt nice. But I just knew, I was like, I'm not doing that to Chris. I don't know.
That's the brave thing to do, because sometimes you have to turn off your emotions and think about it rationally. This is a person who's grieving. They're obviously acting out, and they're acting out terrible towards you. But sometimes you just have to move on and separate yourself from that situation, because life is hard, and you have to be understanding sometimes.
Yeah, and that's honestly
situationally.
She tagged me in so many gross Facebook posts.
Did she?
Yeah, and I just had to be like, hey,
just block her.
That's what I said. I was like, I hope you can move on from this. I hope you know there wasn't any ill intentions, but I just want you to know I'm blocking you everywhere.
That's the mature thing to do.
And then like a few months later, one of his ex came up to me, and we like met each other in a bar, and I was like, not going to speak to him, because he kind of was like, but he was like, yeah, she went a little crazy. I told her she was doing too much and we don't talk. And I was like, aha, at least I got some kind of like, someone said something to her. So yeah, I don't know. I like Ilya's, I relate so much to Ilya's rant here, even though my circumstances were so fully different. I could not afford to pay for shit. I relate to it so much in a way that, I mean, you said it makes you cry anyway. So like, I don't know, I still cry, but like in a different way. But then he gives the like, not no one, I have Svetlana and I love her, but not like, fuck me, not like I love you. And the worst fucking part is all I want is you, which is just like, oof.
Yeah.
I like during this scene. Hi, I'm still here. I didn't participate in the last part of the conversation because I'm the king of compartmentalizing, and I've never had any feelings about grief in my life.
I know.
But I like when they keep cutting to Shane during this monologue, and Shane has his eyes closed, like he's trying to understand Russian or like trying to pick up on nuance. Like, I feel like it's something we all do where we like close our eyes just so we can concentrate a little bit more on whatever is being said. And like the way Connor is acting it out, I genuinely think even if there weren't subtitles, you could pick up what he's saying at certain times. Like once he says Svetlana, like you can tell like Shane is like, okay, I know this word, so he's talking about something. It's probably about like connection. And the more, like the repeating, like, and I really like they cut to Shane and his eyes are closed and he's like, during intense moments, he's like swallowing because he can feel what Ilya is saying. And then when he's done, he just has this little like smile of like, I can tell that was just cathartic for you. Like, even though I don't know. And I think that's maybe what makes this scene different from the audiobook is we get to cut back and forth between like how Shane is fully reacting to, or like not reacting at all, but so subtly reacting. And I think
like absorbing it. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a really, really good job. So flowers for Shane as well, even though this is fully Ilya's scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. They both did great.
It requires you to put your phone down and tune in. And it makes you want to, because
yes,
you want to understand what he's saying. And if you're half listening, looking at your phone when he says, well, why don't you tell me in Russian? I won't understand you anyway. And then he says at the end, do you feel better? He says, okay, I'm done. Like, I can't think of a more compelling device to get people off their phone to watch.
Yeah. And
it does disappoint.
No, yes, right. And like
all 3 minutes, that wouldn't have been possible had Shane not been able to apologize for running away.
Yeah.
The accountability can go so far. Forgiveness is not possible without accountability. And the fact that Shane was able to be accountable.
Yes.
Gives room for healing between the two of them. It's very mature. And it also invited Ilya, even though it's in Russian and the audience knows what he's saying. So we're in on it, right? We're hooked. It's good storytelling because it set it up to make it possible for him to be vulnerable.
So yeah, they're playing, and I do like when he's like, oh, I was just giving him my condolences, and actually they're like, let's fuck later. This rewatch was the first time I noticed, I didn't realize he gets hit because he turns and smiles to Ilya.
Yeah.
Like, that's
what makes this so hard.
Yeah. And his like silly dumb face, he's so happy to see him and smile at him, and then
he is.
Oof.
And then he gets laid the fuck out, which is, very hockey, but I think because he was distracted by Ilya, it made it worse. Probably he wasn't able to brace himself. And then obviously incredibly traumatizing for poor Ilya, who found his mother dead at a young age. So to see someone who he's like forming this new emotional bond with, like probably the first emotional bond, like real deep one in a long time, see him laid out and possibly dead because of him, perhaps, that's devastating.
Oh God, yeah, that scene with him looking back with his little mouth guard and his big smile and just getting, and then like Ilya just standing over him and everyone being like, oh, what's he doing there? And you get the people being like, Ilya, get back to your bench, like get out of here, get out of here.
And the announcer,
it's a tough watch.
The announcer does say, see, even Ilya is upset. No one wants to see someone like that when like
because there's this heated rivalry between them.
Right.
That's why.
And like, man, Shane with his little like, no, he's gonna worry. Tell Ilya I'm okay. Like, my fucking heart.
Very sweet.
Ilya visits him in the hospital. Man, all this is so cute.
Really cute.
They
really
make
cute.
his bruising look like blushy, like anime cheeks, and it makes me so mad. I'm like, why is he so cute right now? He's got his little freckles and his little blushy cheeks in the hospital. I'm like, he looks sun-kissed. I'm so mad.
He looks adorable,
Yeah, and his little like drugged out eyes being like, hey. And his little when Ilya comes over and like touches him is so fucking cute.
Really sweet. Seeing Ilya so like timid and like scared is really sweet. Like I wanted to just fucking hold him and like hug him, and like it's like he feels so emotionally raw and sad and scared that his little love bottom is hurt, and that's so sweet.
And Hudson's acting, some people aren't good acting.
Drunk acting.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, some people are not. Some people are very good at it. Hudson is very good at it.
Yeah. Now, the moment you open that door and he's high as a kite.
Yes. And the cadence when he's like, I wanted to ask you something. Will you come to my cottage this summer? Like, is just, I'm so, like, my heart swells.
Yeah.
And in the book, I think this is important to talk about. In the book, Ilya is like, I am going to dump this guy because this has become too much. And I'm kind of glad that they switched that because I didn't need that. I don't need that.
It wouldn't have made sense in the context of this one episode for him to be like long after that him breaking up with Rose, or them Rose and him breaking up, then them getting back to, and then Ilya wanted to immediately dump him again. It wouldn't have just made sense in the story.
No. And I mean, I didn't like it in the book either when it's like,
no, agreed.
So Hammy, in the book, it's kind of like this scene, right, Joe? It is the scene that kind of changes Ilya's mind.
He can't do it.
Yeah.
But he's also trying to break up with them to protect him, sort of.
For sure. I think that's actually really well carried out in this scene through the acting. Like when Ilya comes in, he looks like, I have something so serious to talk about, something I'm so nervous to talk about, but has like the fear of like, also like, Shane, this is my baby and I'm so scared for him, but he knows he's okay, right? So it can't all be that fear of like, is Shane okay? There's this energy to him where he's like swallowing and his jaws clenched as soon as he walks in. And I think without having to have that breakup happen or even have that in his head, there's still like this delivery of like, this is going to be tough, right?
Yeah.
Like for whatever reason that is in the show, but there's like a sense of like dread to walking into this room and being like, what will it be?
I almost see, I read that as that, but because he is like, I can't show that I was so upset. I don't like showing my emotions. I can't in public show my emotions. I want to like hug and kiss him and like make sure he's okay, but I can't do that. We are in public. So that's almost how I read that. And also, like we said about the mom, like he has that trauma of his mom dying. And like, even for me, like that comes up so my ex didn't text me for 2 days, 3 days. He was a bad texter. And I even said like, God, is he dead? Like I remember saying that and then he was dead. So like for the longest time, if a friend didn't text me back for a few days, I would panic. I would be like, what if they're dead? What if someone died again? So I almost think that's a little bit of this where it's like,
oh, definitely.
Hospital, he saw him unconscious.
Definitely.
He's like thinking about his mom. The nurse enters and she does not know what the fuck is going on. And I love that she's like, oh, you're going to smother him with a pillow. And it's like, no, he wanted to suck his dick. May 2017. Shane is at his parents' house on the phone with Rose. And I love getting this brief, like you said, Hammy, they only what we need. This tells us more about their friendship. Like, we don't need to know. Like, this tells us where it is, right? When she's like, so a lot of jerking off, like, she's that friend that is just going to ask you those types of questions. Joe, I can't remember if you told me where you got this from, that like she's based on Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, aside from the mystique of it all, is there like did Rachel Reed say that?
I don't know did I say that?
Oh,
I've read, you know me, I've been deeply in heated rivalry for a couple months now. So I've read every article and I've read every tweet and I've seen every edit. So I'm sure I picked that up somewhere.
Because like the way she's this is how I imagine Jennifer Lawrence is with her friends.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
She's definitely based off Jennifer Lawrence. Like there's obviously she's playing Mystique in X Team.
Right.
Okay. And
X Squad.
So sorry. Very unique. So yeah, she's obviously based off Jennifer Lawrence, and Jennifer Lawrence is just like the cool girl, especially around this time that this is set and written. I'm sure.
Yeah.
She's just that like cool, fun, beautiful actress, young. So she's who wouldn't want Jennifer Lawrence to be your gay, beard / now best friend, like perfect.
Yeah. I feel like she would absolutely be the friend that's like, tell me how big his dick was the sex good? Like she would be that friend that like you tell everything to. And I love that her maybe somewhere queer makeup artist, how they're like giving each other like the like girl looks. Like when she's like, tell them I'm gay and you got sick of being my beard. And then she's like, my big lesbian secret. Oh God, I wish. And the makeup artist is like, the same. And I love that she says, I love you to him when they get off the phone. I do that with my close friends too.
Yes.
It's just for me. And I know some people don't like, I've had friends who that is like uncomfortable for them. So I have to like,
I say I love you to everyone, even if I don't mean it.
You mean you didn't mean it when you said it to me, Joe?
He didn't
I
say
love
that.
you so much, Ian.
You'll just
I
never
love you.
know.
He goes inside to watch a game with his parents, and I do love that Yuna is like, oh, it's Scott Hunter's year. And they're like, he's doing terrible. What are you talking about? And the dad's like, she's a witch. She always knows. And we know that that is correct. She does always know.
She is a witch, yeah. We support the witch community out there. We are pro witches.
Yes. Slayerfest 98 is a very pro-witch podcast.
Absolutely.
Every time Ilya jokes about Scott Hunter being old, my grays get thicker and grayer. Francois is 3 years younger than me.
Okay, old. Okay, clocked your old ass.
Whatever. I may be dead, but I'm still pretty.
He's hockey old. That's all.
Yeah, he's old to be playing a professional sport. That's why it exacerbates.
Is that old for a professional sports person?
40?
Yeah. Like these kids get brought up at like 18 to start playing in the NHL.
But aren't like baseball
18,
players
19.
all 40? I don't know.
Yeah, but baseball players aren't getting smacked against the boards and getting laid out and stuff, right? Like for sure, like there are different sports where the age will change, but like hockey's pretty rough on the body.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean golfers, they're like 97.
That's true. That's true.
So
that's true. Our president can golf. That's the one sport he can do. So yeah. 1 week later, Yuna saying "I told you" as Scott leads them to the championship.
Good for Scott.
Very good for Scott.
Very good. We see Elena and Kip and his dad are in the audience. What do we all think? I know everyone is annoyed by the timeline because the timeline is different than the books.
It is weird. Yeah, it is a weird timeline. Like I don't know what happened. Like I don't know what happened between the last time we saw them and this point. But I also don't really care that much. Like I would love to see that story filled out, but when watching this season, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just excited to see where this goes.
It wasn't until my fourth watch of this episode that I was like, oh, I wonder why. Because like my first watch, I don't care at all. Yeah. Like you said, like I'm just so happy to see this happen. My second watch, I'm just like trying not to cry like I did the first time. My third watch, I'm like, okay, I'm taking notes for the podcast. And then like the fourth watch, I'm like, those tickets would be real expensive if this is the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah. Like, what is Kip doing to get these fucking tickets?
But I think those are his seats. I think those are Scott's seats again.
You don't know, though. It's so weird.
Scott has just given them to him, like, you can have these seats for every game? Or was it just for this one game?
Or are they fucking again?
That's the thing. That's what I
think they made up. I think they made up at some point, and we're building back up. Yeah. Whatever, and this was kind of Scott's grand gesture to be like, look, I'm in it. I'm like fully in it. I'm putting you as the face of my partner.
We need some episodes. I want to see a little bit, like at least one more episode of this. Like put the faggot on the screen. I want to watch that.
Fair.
I do agree. Like, but it wasn't until the fourth watch where I was like, I want more of this because it's so good. It's so good, and you can fill the story in your head if you want. You can imagine that they've only been texting since then, and he messaged Kip and was like, this game's important. I'd love to have you here to watch. And Kip goes,
be sweet. Okay. That's sweet. I like that.
Honestly, that's what I mean by like they were starting to mend. Like for me, it's like they weren't like back together, but they were like talking. Maybe they had fucked a few times, but they weren't like official anything. And this was Scott's gesture to be like, I really do want you back, is how I take it.
Oh, I got goosebumps. Oh, my nipples are hard.
I love when I do that too,
I love this ending so much.
Yeah, and like he looks at him, and I do like that even Elena has to be like, go, because he doesn't know what to do, because Kip is all like awkward about it.
Without her, this relationship would be nowhere because she's kind of running
nowhere.
She's pulling the strings.
Yes.
Poor Kip. His dumb himbo brain is like,
I know.
Hi.
Just
He's
like, hi. Yeah.
Calm down. Get the fuck. And he's like, huh?
He's like,
Is
yeah,
that
hi.
me?
And he takes a
Like-
fucking a fortnight to get down those
He
goddamn stairs.
does. Although I do
God.
imagine that would be difficult. I do imagine it would be difficult.
Hurry it up! I'd be climbing over bitches,
Seriously.
rolling down those stairs.
This watch was the first time I realized. So Svetlana leaves. They're on the couch. We see Ilya and Svetlana on the couch. Svetlana leaves, and then we see there's a guy there. And then when we go back to the shop, there's a couple of guys. So is that like,
Yeah, his
they're
friends.
like, okay, I didn't know if that was like the hockey team or like
We've
those were-
seen them before. They're probably we've seen them before. There was another time where they were watching, I think, Shane win the cup, and they're all on the couch watching together.
Okay.
I assume that's a couple of guys from the team / his friends. You know.
Okay. All right. The announcer being like, "Is that a fan? Big moment for the fan." If true,
That's so
is
funny.
very
If true.
good. Yeah, like very
Is that his
straight.
brother? They seem like close friends. Like something. You know.
The way
These
they're
are
just-
roommates.
The way they're kissing the tongue, they must be related.
Brotherly love. Love to see it.
Oh,
No, they're
God.
sucking each other off. Weird. So he makes his way down there, and I do like Kip saying, like, you don't have to do, like, even Kip is nervous, right? Like, Kip is out, but this is still like a nerve-wracking for him because he knows what a big deal this is for Scott.
Yeah.
Scott says, yes, I do. I fucking cry when Wolf Parade sings Give Me Your Eyes, I Need Sunshine, and they fucking kiss. And the like panning shot going around them is just so beautiful.
Again, the editing on this show is so good. Like the cutting from it actually happening on the ice to people watching it on their TVs to people in the crowd to people like it's so phenomenal. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
I think mine are getting hard too. Jesus.
Fully hard.
Oh,
Yeah, and like all of it makes me cry. I think it's so fucking beautiful that Jacob Tierney always wanted this. Like he wrote it with this song in mind. The lyrics playing at certain moments are like very intentional. And like, I love that shit. That's the type of shit I really love. I know I've said this before, but this song always used to remind me of this like very dumb hot guy that I was sleeping with when I first moved to New York who loved this band. And now it reminds me of this, which is very different.
God.
Shout out the dumb hot guy. Shout him out.
First time we went home together that morning, he said, did you have this many toys around your room when we got here yesterday? And I was like, yeah, we did, asshole.
It was not the toys he was expecting.
No.
Right.
Meanwhile, Ian has a Buffy figure 4 inches up his ass right now.
Custom too, custom.
Yeah, man, I made it myself. And yeah, Hammy, to your point, the announcer, when they're kissing, I think he just says, like, good for Scott Hunter. Like,
Yeah, something, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's impactful. It makes a difference. Makes a difference on, I mean, and I think that's the beauty of storytelling as a creator, right? Like as a creative, to be a part of a show that is, you know, demonstrating how easy it can be.
Yeah.
And how it can just be like just that simple. Like good for them. They found love. That's so hard.
right, yeah.
People to get past their own fucking garbage and their own traumas and their own baggage, and they're leaning into the love. God bless. You know, like, congratulations. Like that's the trick.
There's something I know that people, a critique I've seen gay men have, which is annoying, but is that like, well, this isn't realistic. I don't need it to be fucking realistic.
What's not realistic
about it?
Because like the reactions wouldn't have been everyone being like, yay, good for you. Like people would have been homophobic.
I think it would have been, honestly. Like, what are they? They're not going to start booing. They just won the Stanley Cup. It's, you know, the fans are going to be cheering no matter what, unless they're maybe not in their home stadium, but I'm assuming they're on the home stadium. Or no, do they play in a neutral stadium for the Stanley Cup? I forget.
I sure don't know.
Home stadium.
Okay.
Well, it could be their home or the opposing
right, of the
team's
opposing
home.
team. So I assume it's their home stadium because Kip is there and it's New York. So one would assume. And I think the announcers are not going to be like homophobic, like get them off the fucking ice, queers.
Well,
you know, like,
is-
well, what, like, what?
Unquestionably, people in the audience are probably like, what the fuck, and being homophobic, but like the show doesn't need to show them
Period.
Right.
Yes.
to just make this realistic or whatever, right? Like everyone is giving their genuine, like Shane's mom is like, oh wow, right? Like that's not a hot take. That's not like a, oh my God, good for him reaction. Like no one is giving a woohoo, the faggots are kissing. Like that's, you know,
except for me. That was my reaction.
Yeah. Except for like, you. But like the whole audience is just, everyone in the show is just kind of like, what is happening? Which that is realistic.
Absolutely.
Like your first instinct wouldn't be hate, even if you were homophobic. You'd be like, that my hero, in the like. So that non-realistic take is dog shit.
Agreed.
Well, as Johnny said in our episode 1, it's fiction. It doesn't need to be.
Yes.
It's also romance. Like, I don't know. Like, kind of kill the fucking vibe if people were like constantly being homophobic. I don't know. Then it's like a fully different story.
Let us have TV shows about queer joy. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to, not everything needs to be about trauma and hate. Like let us have something that makes us feel happy and cry because of good things.
So they kiss, everyone's clapping. It's a fucking sad, it's an emotional but not sad ending that is happy. I have a happy cry. My friend Zach.
So everyone is clapping because they won the Stanley Cup. They're not like, hooray, hooray, the kiss is happening.
Yay! Everyone pulls out a rainbow flag all of a sudden.
It was Pride Night in the arena.
There's confetti. There's rainbow confetti that comes out.
The screen just says congrats on being gay.
Scott pulls off his jersey and he has a harness on underneath there.
Well, he's got the jock on, so he's halfway there, right?
You know? And it's already like a joyful cry. And my friend Zach, who was on when we did the recap episode, he had tweeted, like, this is the happy ending I've waited my whole life, that I didn't know I needed, that I've waited my whole life to see. And I feel like that is so accurate. And then we get a hat on a hat in the best way possible. Normally, I don't love okay, we've done enough. We don't need to do the music playing and him getting that phone call and the music stopping when he's like, can you believe? And he's like, I'm coming to the cottage. Like, it's just
I'm coming to the cottage. Yeah. It's so good. Nipples hard again. It's so good. Like just like him getting that moment and that just being the little push he needed to be like, listen, we can do this. Like, you know what? That's so beautiful. It's just the show is so dimensional. Like it's so layered and so beautiful. And I want to cry thinking about it. It's just such a great show. Oh, I love this episode.
And for me, like, I know a lot of people didn't like episode 3. I didn't dislike it the first time I watched it. But even if they didn't, I feel like you see how well that set up this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything led to this moment. Joe, my nipples are getting hard now too. And
I'm telling you, it's the goosebumps.
You like made it happen. I don't know.
Manifestation, baby.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, I like wept when the first time I watched this, I was like sobbing as hard as I've ever sobbed. I don't know. It was like so many feelings at once.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from me who always has a lot of feelings at once. This was like overload. Like I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm crying so much. Fuck. And it's just nice to have a nice thing to cry at. Not like oh, well, he was called a faggot and killed and I'm crying because it's so sad.
Right. No, it is. Right.
You
know, not everything needs to be fucking Brokeback Mountain.
Agreed, yeah.
That could have been the season end, honestly. I think that was so strong that, like, it's just such a great ending, and then you wait for season 2 to see what happens at the cottage. But that feels like a more American production kind of bullshit thing to pull. So I was quite pleased that we got one other episode.
I will say, especially, I think in the last year, every American show has ended on a cliffhanger. And I think they do that to try to get picked up because so many shows just get canceled right away. And I fucking hate it.
Me too. Like I needed the cottage episode. I needed it. Like what have happened if this was the only season we ever got to? Like fuck. Like I don't get to see the cottage. I would have died. I would have been so angry.
I need to see the fucking cottage. And again, that's like they're like what's the word I'm looking for? Something of storytelling. They do like a very good, I don't know, but it's like they don't try to do that where it's like, who knows? Let's see if we get picked. There's no like there's room for a second season without plot holes and like dangling things as a cliffhanger.
That's what happens when you make your shows in Canada and they cost $25 an episode. That's the magic, baby.
Who knew? no.
We need more
Oh my
Canadian
God.
CP.
HBO is making off like a fucking villain in this because they paid
Mhm.
nothing for syndication rights and like.
God. All right, now that we're at the end, ally of the week. Hammy, who is your ally of the week?
Just because I want to be different, you know this. I'm going with the announcer at the end when Scott pulls Kip out.
I love
What
that.
a great! He could have said something nasty. He could have said something rotten, and he didn't. And like, let's go.
Fair, charisma.
I'm going to say Svetlana because she talked him down from the treetops from going after his brother. And, basically gave him the ultimate insult, which is just, that guy's not worth your pain, your fist, your energy, your breath. I think that is an incredible ally.
I agree.
Also, I do believe, though, that she would also cut a bitch if she had to.
Yes.
100%.
Yes,
I think Svetlana doesn't fuck around.
I think if it came down to it and him and like he got into the fight with his brother, she would have been able to like help lay him out.
I feel like Svetlana would be the one that would be brought in to be the assassin because like should he not like follow the rules that were laid out by Ilya, she'd be the enforcer.
Yes.
I
agree.
picture doing that thing where she's just holding both of their heads apart from each other and they're like going like this and she's like, no boys, no.
Ally of the week was Svetlana, obviously. And Rose. Ally, can we go with both? Because they were both so important.
That's what I picked.
They were both so important. Svetlana and Rose, they were incredible. They both supported their little queer man, and we love them. Thank you. Favorite
scene of the episode. Charisma, I'm going to ask you because I know what yours is.
Tunnel.
Cinematically speaking, performance, writing, it embodied so many like the clothes.
Yeah.
Just all of it. It was firing on all pistons. Like my all-time favorite show, I think I'm gonna have to say, is probably Peaky Blinders. And it's probably this for the same reasons, because wardrobe, set design, cinematography, performances, like everything is firing on all the, like it's such an elite group it's such a high-end production that I felt like this was reminiscent of that for me in that particular scene. I feel like even though it was probably done for like peanuts and it was done in Canada, it looks expensive.
It really does.
Like the talent is so good. It's my favorite scene of the series.
Hammy?
I'm gonna go with the whole end with the Scott and Kip that leads into the cottage, that leads into the texting, everyone watching it and just being in awe. Like, it's one of the only times I've really cried like in my life. So props to that.
In your life?
Ian wasn't joking. I am like not a crier. No, the saddest moments in my life have been difficult to shed tears, but this got me. I don't know why. I think I was just in the moment, in the zone.
I think because it's also like joy. It's just such joy we don't see.
Yeah. They're obviously happy tears, but like, not many happy things going on in the world right now. So take them where I can get them.
Maybe that's also part of it, where you're seeing a lot of exploitation, right? So that to see this come out and be like, it's just, maybe it is like a bit of a release, which is great. And
it definitely got to me for sure.
Anybody, if you need a cry, like put on that music that that's going to make you feel the feels. That's how we heal.
Yeah, right. Sometimes it's like, I want to cry, so I'm going to put this thing on that will help me get it all out.
I've got sad girl music for days.
I think my playlist is called Sad Gay that I put on when I need to cry.
Favorite scene was the speech, the Russian speech from Ilya. It was incredible. It was heart-wrenching. I think it's my favorite scene of the entire season. Beautiful acting, beautiful everything.
My favorite scene is the same as yours, Hammy. That's like, oof, I love it. Hottest scene. Charisma, you knew your answer right away. What's your hottest scene?
My favorite hottest scene, I think, is when they're on the bed, they are talking, and it comes up that Ilya's mom had died, but he turns his face away from Shane And Shane takes that as a moment to straddle him, and they're face to face and they embrace and they just hold each other. I think intimacy is the hottest thing possible. I think having sex can be hot and lusty. I'm down with that. No problem with that.
Right.
And you can do it with somebody that you can hold. Like he had said in this episode, like Shane said, I'm sorry I ran away last time, but it was different. Like it was different. Like that, like it was different than just having sex. We were like there was something there crackling. It was a connection. They were seeing each other. And I think when you can have that with a person, the sex is just
I very much agree with that.
Awesome.
You have sold me, by the way, on this as the sexiest scene, because now my answer is the same as yours. Because in the previous episode, there was like a very brief scene where they're on the couch and Shane just leans his head on Ilya and Ilya puts his hand in his hair. And I thought that was so like, it made me like well up with tears because it's so casually intimate, but clearly intimate. And I love that kind of stuff.
The hottest scene was when, I don't know. I'm going to say when they were touching pinkies on the sunset. They were just touching tips.
Yeah. Romance is sexy.
Really romantic, really sexy. I loved it. I liked it.
Hammy, what do you think is the hottest scene?
Ilya in the pool being charming for the first time in the entire show and like showing that he's got personality. Like he's this tough ass with everyone. Then there's these kids in the pool and he's like Mr. Dad. Like he's just so charming. And then he gets out of the pool all wet, like Little Mermaid. And then he goes over to Shane and goes, "Give these kids some money. I didn't bring my wallet."
My wallet.
I was like,
it's funny because I'm very like, I don't think I ever want kids. I mean, I'm 43 now, but like, I do find it sexy when like someone can be really good with kids, even though
are really leaning into this. I've got to be honest with you. It's literally not that big of a deal. Anybody can play with somebody for 20 or 30 minutes and seem really good with kids. Please do not fall for this.
I've already fallen. I'm trapped. I don't know.
This is performative. This is performative.
What grade do we give this episode? I'm going to go A++. This is my favorite episode of the series. I mean, so far. Charisma, when you and I were talking, I love that you were like, wait, is this the episode where all of these things happen? And I was like, yeah. And you were like, okay, that's what I want to do.
I can't wait to talk about this episode with you. Yeah. I like 5 stars.
Yeah.
100% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
This is the show. Like I called Gregory after. I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta know," and he's like, "I told you." I just feel like it's one of the best shows on television right now, and I know it sounds like that's a silly thing to say, but don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
That's true.
You are correct. I agree. Hammy, what grade do you give? As usual, Charisma. Hammy, what grade do you give it?
I'm sitting team A+ too. This episode and the one before it are my favorites.
Yeah, it's so good. What grade do you give this episode?
Oh, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 10. It is A++. A++ extra credit. You got it.
All right.
You're sleeping with the teacher. Like, it is what it is. You're busting it down.
Busting it down for Jacob Tierney.
Charisma, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
If you like Slayerfest 98, you can find us on all social media platforms at SlayerFestX98. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else you get your podcasts. You can support us on Patreon, where we're going through every episode of Buffy as it turns 25. And we are starting our first book club, and it's going to be on Heated Rivalry. I just finished listening to it. A good listen. And if you want to watch us, you can see all our pretty faces on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, give us a good rating. If you want to follow me on social, I'm at ENXCarlos. Charisma, where can everyone find you and your podcast?
Oh, thank you so much for that introduction. My name is Charisma Carpenter, and you can find me at patreon.com/Charisma Carpenter for the Bitches Back, where I do a first watch breakdown of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel as it aired back in the day, giving my hot takes, my behind the scenes anecdotes, and all the things. You can find me on social media on Instagram at Charisma Carpenter. I'm also on YouTube at Charisma_score Carpenter, unfortunately, trying to work that out. But there you can watch a portion of the podcast. And we have some great guests coming up. I just recently had James Marsters on, and then Seth Green is coming up
Nice.
on January 24th. So lots of good interviews coming up. That's where you can find me.
And maybe me coming up.
Oh, 100%. 100%. We just have to figure out which episode. Definitely.
Yeah, everyone just so you know, that wasn't me inserting myself. Charisma and I talked about
Got it. Like it's
and me? No, okay. No, I understand.
Joe, let everyone know where they can find you.
I'm at Organa on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. Follow me, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh my god, how did you get your? I guess maybe you have an original.
No one's
name,
clamoring, Michael, for Joe Organa. I have to tell you that.
I was like, damn.
There's not
no
a huge
underscores or anything.
Hammy, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Hammy73 or michael.ham.cosplay.
Thank you all.
Why is it Hammy 73?
That's the number.
Born in 73.
No, 87. I don't know. Instagram gave me that. I just wanted Hammy. I also tried to work it out with the guy who owns Hammy on Instagram. Anyway, he's
Rude.
being. I know.
Charisma, I've always wondered that,
Give me
and
my
I've never
name.
asked him. I've never asked him that, so I just learned something new about him. Thank you so much.